Hello, friends, again. Realizing how my microphone completely stopped working, which is never a good thing. So, if this is the first time that we're meeting, I'm going to keep this relatively short today. If this is the first time that we're meeting, hello, my name is Meshi. I'm an intuitive reader, meditation teacher, and a guide. And I'm here sort of weekly chat with you to kind of talk about weekly updates. So here on this live, we're going to be looking at just a general reading that you can kind of take with you for the week. I give you a brief description of astrology, of what's kind of coming up. A brief, I mean, I'm not an astrologer by any means. And but what else is happening? And I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of an update of what's kind of coming up moving forward on this channel and also on all of the other platforms that you can kind of find me on. Basically, what's coming up is every single week I guide a meditation practice every single Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. So it's ideal for those of you that are brand new to meditation, you feel anxious all the time, or you just process a lot of mental information most days, and you really find that you have a hard time kind of showing up for yourself. So I pick a theme each week and I guide you through a practice. I'm here basically just sharing my own practice with you, hoping that you will join in and it will really serve you the best way possible. So it's sort of my free offering to you. It's absolutely free. I usually do it on Instagram, but this week I'm going to attempt to kind of stream to both places, to Instagram and to YouTube. So fingers crossed that we can actually kind of make tech happen that way. And the other thing that I generally do as well, besides a general reading and a collective read, tomorrow you will be able to find me here. I will have to figure out the time. I think it's going to be at 6 o'clock as well, where we're going to go through every single sign. So you will kind of get a general reading for every single sign, so that way it becomes a little bit more specific. And another thing that I started offering that I think is very unique and cool, and I wanted to kind of spend a moment to tell you about it. I offer intuitive reading, so similar to a tarot reading, but it's an actual coaching session. So what happens is it's a mindfulness-based coaching session. It's called intuitive guidance. And the idea behind it is that we kind of pick one category that you wanted to focus on, and then we do a reading the same way that I would do one today. But what changes is that we also kind of hash out how you can actually take action in your manifestation journey. So what are the blocks? Are you in, like, are you in that phase where it's like a roadblock, or is it something that you kind of like, is it something that you need to release at this point? So I kind of bring you a little bit more clarity so you can actually take action on it. Because I find that sometimes with tarot readings, while they are fantastic, sometimes you just need a little bit of a nudge and you're good to go. But other times, if you need actual clarity, it doesn't quite get you there. And that's sort of why I decided that I wanted to do it more it's more in an interactive coaching style of reading, because I wanted to leave you with something tangible. I wanted to leave you with the affirmations. I wanted to leave you with something that you can actually take action on, so that you're moving forward and you're creating progress. And a lot of the times that's the part that is like the hardest for most of us, is not only to take the advice, but then also figuring out like where are you in your journey where you can actually take action on it. Because it sounds amazing when we're talking, but specifically in today's live, we're talking about wealth and abundance and money, and most of us want to manifest so much money, but then there's like that sense of gap of like, okay, now what? So I kind of wanted to help you become a little bit more clear so you can take action. Okay, let's take a look of what's coming up. Okay, well, astrology wise, I didn't really look too deeply into it. I know that moving into next week, at least until about, I believe, the 3rd of June, 2nd or 3rd of June, Mercury is still going to remain in retrograde. So as usual, you know the drill. It's all about everything is just a little bit slower. Just take it at a slower pace. Really double check your work, double check which direction you want to go. But I also feel like we're moving into the sense of, I feel like most of you are definitely going to be reviewing sort of like your choices and what is still in alignment with you? Where are we at with everything? And I feel like you're also starting to recalibrate your energy, where you're shifting away and you're pulling your energy back from what you used to give so much attention to, and you're really starting to realize like the only way that you can kind of move forward in an authentic way is if you raise your vibration and then you find a way to maintain that. That's like the short end of the story. Okay, let's see what's coming up. I wanted to see what energy you guys are tapping into. What is the collective energy here right now? Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you're interested in well, first of all, if you're interested in hopping on with the reading that we're going to be doing tomorrow, then obviously set your notification, subscribe to the channel here and set your notification so that you get notified that I'm actually hopping on live. And if you wanted to get on a call, not a call, but like you wanted to hop on live with me on the day when I'm actually doing the intuitive read, then just comment below, and all you have to do is just say your name and the category or the area of your life that you really want to focus on, because then I can actually include you in the next reading. Okay, let's see. We have Illumination. Illumination is a fun one because I feel like what ends up happening with Illumination is it's sort of like that full moon energy where it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. But what is for most of you is sort of like, well, I think that right now, if you're like kind of looking around, for a lot of us that have been doing a lot of healing work, it's illuminating the path if we're in alignment or not. But for a lot of us out there that have not done any type of inner work whatsoever, what's being illuminated is like this collective shadow work that is absolutely taking place right now. So take a look at what is being highlighted for you. And I'm kind of posing this rather than as an advice, I'm kind of posing this more as a question because I want you to really take that and reflect it back to your own life. What is being highlighted for you in order for you to move forward with the highest and best possible outcome? So not in a space where everything is just it's fine, like it's okay, and you feel like you're settling, especially when it comes to how that kind of trickles back to and relates back to your finances, how you manage your finances, and how it relates back to what you do with your finances. So what do I mean by that? To me, when you really realize not only your spending habits, but like what is that allowing you to do, and is this coming from a place of alignment or is this coming from a place of coping? Like the way that, because money is somewhat tangible, like it's a physical, kind of a physical thing, kind of a more of an energetic thing, it becomes really obvious sort of where the shadow is. And because sometimes we place money and wealth at such a high pedestal, it can be kind of, it can be a really nice tool for us to really use it for shadow work. So illumination to me is going to be all about like taking a look at how are you doing with not only managing your wealth, but how is that relationship going? And I think that for a lot of you within that path, what you're going to be reflecting back on your career, you're going to be reflecting back on the level of abundance that you have the capacity for. And I think that that was like the main reason why I even wanted to talk to you today, is because most of us really, really want to create so much abundance, but we have no plans to create anything with it. So I can give you $1 million, but you have no plans as to what you will do with it. There isn't like a back of like a blueprint that you have created on the back end of things energetically, where not only do you not have the mental space or energetic space to receive that, but even if you do receive it, it's like there's zero plans for what you will do with it, because we're idolizing the tool instead of idolizing what the tool will allow you to do. I need you to idolize what the tool will allow you to do. It's sort of like you're placing your wrench on a pedestal instead of the deck that it will build for you to have your freedom on a Sunday afternoon. Does that make sense? So get the tool off of the pedestal, because it's just a tool. It's neutral. It's energetically neutral until you add attention to it. And isn't that funny how I just mentioned freedom? We have freedom. I need you to really take a look at, most of you will be really reevaluating what freedom really means. How does that really show up? or how is it lacking in your existence right now? Again, we tend to idolize the tools. To me, freedom is all about really allowing you to move freely in and expand in areas where you want to become more spacious. It's having that freedom where you can make choices for yourself, and without feeling judged, or without that fear of what will the consequences be if I step into truly into my power, right? And so many of us are playing it so small and shoving ourselves into these tiny little boxes because of that fear of, if we are authentic and we're actually in alignment with we who we are truly, and then it's almost like, oh my gosh, then I'm going to be condemned and kind of eliminated by society. And it's like, it doesn't really work that way. So I want you to really challenge this idea of, how does freedom show up for you, and what type of freedom are you actually seeking in your life? Take a look at it. Take a look at it. Or where do you feel more restricted? Where do you feel spacious? And where would you like to create spaciousness? Where are you feeling called to create spaciousness, right? Because that's very important. I think that we tend to not challenge that very much. We tend to just kind of be like, just go and be grateful. It's good enough. And we tend to stay very small because of the fear of how we're not worthy of it. Like, it always kind of comes back to that shadow work, right? Okay, last one. Let's take a look at what the tarot has for us. What do you have for the collective? Oh, and it already popped out. Okay. We have the Three of Coins. And to me, this is all about collaboration, which means that if I'm looking at, it's sort of like, in order for you to create the abundance that you so desire, to create the money, the wealth, it's going to happen through collaboration. But it's going to happen not just collaboration as in you collaborating with other people, your employer or your coworkers. It's beyond that. It's actually almost like giving yourself the permission to receive help, and opening yourself up to the idea that this empire, this thing that you want to create, or this thing that you really desire, that sense of freedom that you truly desire deep down, that happens by actually laying down the plan. It's laying down the blueprint with everybody on board. And if you don't have everybody on board, then you're not moving forward, at least not moving forward in a way that you can fully expand, right? Then it's always, there's going to be roadblocks along the way. So here you're actually invited to create like a collective plan, whether it's with your family or it's within your workplace or within your business. You need to kind of apply that to whatever area it makes sense in. But basically, the idea is to create that vision for yourself and lay down the blueprint so that you have that, you visualize and you see like, okay, where are we going with this? And use the expanders such as freedom, and allow whatever is being illuminated right now, whatever is being shown to you right now, as a guide to kind of move forward. This is basically all I have for you. It's relatively quick and short. I will do a longer read for every single sign tomorrow. So catch me tomorrow at 6 p.m. Set your notifications so that you actually get notified when I hop on. Let me know in the comments if this has resonated, though, because I think that this is going to hit home for a lot of you that are working on your own manifestation journey, because each of you are at such a different spot when it comes to that. But hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.